It's this thing called father and a mother. They do that little thingy thing, and they made me.
He scored 92 points in a single game at just 15 years old. He drove a Lamborghini before he had a driver's license. And somehow, he went from a Lithuanian backwater to becoming one of the most electric players in the NBA. Lamelo Ball isn't just a basketball player. He's a walking highlight reel, a social media superstar, and a product of one of the most controversial parenting experiments in sports history. But behind the fame, the flashy passes, and the deep three-pointers lies a journey unlike anything basketball has ever seen. So, how did this flashy kid from Chino Hills go from being a punchline to becoming a franchise cornerstone in the NBA? Let's rewind, because Lamelo's story is absolutely insane. Lamelo didn't stumble into greatness. He was designed for it. His father, LeVar Ball, had a plan from the very beginning. 3 sons, all future NBA players, 1 on each wing, 1 down the middle, a basketball empire, hand-built. While most toddlers were figuring out how to spell their names, Lamelo was firing regulation-sized basketballs at a 10-foot hoop. By the age of 6, he was casually sinking half-court shots like it was nothing. There was no plan B for the Ball brothers, no fallback. Basketball wasn't just a passion, it was their entire identity. LeVar pushed his sons to the edge, but he didn't apologize for it. "If I gotta push you," he said, "this ain't for you." And Lamelo? He responded, every single time. At just 13, Lamelo skipped a grade to join his older brothers Lonzo and LiAngelo on the varsity team at Chino Hills High School. That team wasn't just good, they were unstoppable. With Lonzo running the show, Jello bullying defenders, and Little Melo pulling from 30 feet, Chino Hills tore through everyone. They went 35-0, won the state championship, and were ranked number 1 in the country. And Lamelo? He was 5'10", 120 pounds, and dropped 27 points in his debut. As a freshman, he had the green light before he could legally drive. Pull-up threes from half-court? Normal. Step-back 30-footers in transition? Encouraged, because Melo wasn't just playing basketball, he was changing it. In 2016, Lamelo exploded. A single moment flipped everything. Near the end of a game, he casually walked the ball up the court, pointed to the logo, and launched it from mid-court. Swish. No hesitation, no apology. Even Steph Curry took notice. Then came the infamous 92-point game. 41 points in the fourth quarter alone. It went viral immediately. SportsCenter, Twitter, YouTube. Lamelo Ball was everywhere, but it wasn't all praise. Critics slammed him for cherry-picking on defense. Some even called the whole thing a joke. But Melo didn't care. He was a sophomore in high school, and his name was trending worldwide. While Lamelo torched scoreboards, LeVar Ball was torching every microphone in sight. He claimed he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. Sid Lonzo was already better than Steph Curry, launched his own brand, Big Baller Brand, and slapped a $495 price tag on shoes no one had ever heard of. And just like that, the Ball family wasn't just a basketball story. They were a media empire. Lamelo wasn't just a prodigy anymore. He was part of the most watched sports family in America. Then, things got weird. LeVar pulled Lamelo out of high school, said the coach wasn't using him right. Days later, Melo and LiAngelo signed with a team in Lithuania. Yeah, Lithuania. They ended up in a freezing cold town with 10,000 people playing for a last-place team. Lamelo was 16. He barely spoke the language. The basketball was serious, physical, and not designed for viral highlights. Against grown men, Melo struggled. His flashy passes didn't always land. His deep threes didn't always fall. He averaged just 6.5 points in league play. The experiment looked like a failure, but to LeVar, it was just the beginning. Back in the US, LeVar launched the JBA, his own basketball league, a professional alternative to college, fully funded by Big Baller Brand. The concept was wild. Players got $3,000 a month and 60% of jersey sales. The catch? You had to wear Big Baller gear. The league was chaotic. The competition, let's just say it wouldn't hold up against Division II. But Lamelo still balled out. 40 points, 15 rebounds, 11 assists per game. It was street ball with lights and cameras. The JBA folded after one season, but for Lamelo, it was just another chapter in the craziest basketball resume ever assembled. After all the detours, Lamelo returned to high school, and this time at Spire Academy in Ohio. And once again, the circus came with him. LeVar, the cameras, the reality show. Still, coaches praised Melo for being humble, hardworking, and insanely gifted. He dazzled with his vision, creativity, and pure passing wizardry. But thanks to his pro stint in Lithuania, the NC said he was ineligible for college basketball. So, instead of the G League or China, Melo took his talents to Australia, joining the Illawarra Hawks of the NBL. And guess what? He balled. Sure, the jumpers were awkward, the defense was shaky, but the vision, the size, the instincts, off the charts. By the end of the season, scouts weren't doubting him anymore. They were flying halfway around the world just to get a glimpse. In 2020, Lamelo Ball was drafted 3rd overall by the Charlotte Hornets. At first, he struggled, scoreless in his debut, benched, doubted, but then came the breakout. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. The youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double. From there, he never looked back. He took over the starting role, averaged 15.7 points, 6.1 assists, and 5.9 rebounds, and ran away with Rookie of the Year. This wasn't hype anymore. Lamelo was here, and he was real. In year 2, Melo leveled up, 20 points, 7.6 assists, and 39% from 3. He became an all-star. The Hornets had their first winning season in 6 years, but injuries hit hard after that. In just 2 seasons, Melo missed 106 of 164 games. The Hornets tanked, and critics wondered, was Lamelo just another flash in the pan? The Hornets became irrelevant again, but Melo stayed in the lab. Fully healthy again, Lamelo returned in 2024 to 2025 like a man on a mission. He's leading the league in field goal attempts, leading the league in three-point attempts, averaging 27.3 points and 7.2 assists. And he's doing it with the same confidence and flair that made him a viral sensation as a 13-year-old. Step backs, logo shots, no-look dimes. He's not just putting up numbers, he's redefining what a point guard can be. And the craziest part? He's still only 23. Say what you want about LeVar Ball, but 2 of his sons are now top-tier point guards in the NBA. Lamelo Ball was mocked, doubted, and dismissed at every stage. But every step, from Chino Hills to Lithuania to the JBA to Australia, shaped him. His defense might never be elite, but with his vision, touch, and flair, it doesn't matter. Lamelo's not just an NBA player, he's a one-of-one, a 6'7" passing genius, a fearless shot creator, and a kid still tapping into his potential. His name used to be a punchline. Now it's a problem for every defender in the league. Thanks for watching. If you like this story, wait till you hear about another young star who took the NBA by storm. Click here to watch that next. And remember, greatness doesn't always follow a straight path. Sometimes it takes a few detours.